My fourth tip for writing poetry is to develop noticing things in the outer world and then make a connection with that thing that's in the outer world and your emotions. I was asked a question once which I thought was a really perceptive question, which was not what is poetry, but a much deeper question: where does poetry come from? And I had to really pause to think how to answer that question. And the thing that I said to this person who'd asked me was that it's when something on the outside connects with something on the inside. But the thing is that you just have to stay with it long enough to mine the emotion and what it's making you think and what it's making you feel. I can give you an example. I can be walking down a country lane and I see a rusted gate. So I look at that rusted gate and I might think about what it looks like. I might think about its setting. I might begin to describe it in my mind. If I've got a pen and paper with me, I might jot a few things down as to what it actually physically looks like. And then I can, sense whether it's connecting with an emotion in me. What does it make me think of? What does it make me feel? Now, for some reason, this rusted gate made me think about my mother. So that's interesting, isn't it? And then just to stay with that long enough to be able to understand what it's speaking to me about, how it's speaking to me. I think a rusted gate might speak of something that's there, something that's still working, something that's still functioning, but it's kind of old and it needs a bit of attention, a bit of care. So that's just an example of something in the outer world connecting with something inside of myself. I have to say I do love, or one of my favourite definitions of poetry by Wordsworth is emotion recollected in tranquility. So when you see something, when you actually see something, to stay with it long enough to understand what it's connecting to inside of yourself.